closer while constantly scouring the vegetation, not relaxing his guard for an instant. "They wanted this coon to hang here for a spell while they went off to tend some business. They're fixing to come back and finish the job shortly." "They told you this?" "I overheard 'em jawing. Couldn't make out every word, but I know a little of their tongue." The man gingerly touched his brow. "After one of the bastards walloped me, I played possum. I was hoping they'd get careless and give me a chance to escape. But they stripped me down and strung me up here with my own rope." He sadly shook his head. "Hell of a note." "I'll climb that tree and cut you down." "No need, friend. Just toss me your pig sticker and I'll take care of it." Nate rode directly under the limb from which the man hung, then introduced himself as he drew his knife. "I'm Solomon Cain," the man revealed, and added with a lopsided grin, "My folks were real biblical when it came to naming their young'uns." "Here," Nate said, tossing his knife, hilt first, straight up. With a jab of his heels, he moved the Palouse to one side in case Cain should miss and the knife should fall back down. But Cain deftly caught it by the dull side of the blade. "I admire a man who knows how to keep his knives sharp," Cain commented after lightly pressing his thumb to the keen edge. "Scalp many Injuns with this?" "A few," Nate admitted, displeased by the question. Scalping was not a practice he believed in or practiced regularly, even if he was an adopted Shoshone. "I never have," Cain said, and began to slowly ease his torso upward. "Too savage for my taste." Nate's estimation of the man rose a notch. He kept one eye on Cain and the other on the valley, on the chance the Utes might return ahead of schedule. Cain gritted his teeth and raised his hands level with his knees. His face turned beet red, his stomach muscles quivered violently, and suddenly, with a gasp, he sank back down again. "Damn noggin," he muttered. "Pounding worse than a cannon." "Sure you don't need my help?" "No, thanks. I got myself into this fix. I'll get myself out," Cain replied. Again clamping his teeth together, he tilted his head to gaze at his bound ankles, then surged upward with all the strength he could muster. This time his left hand touched his left ankle before the tremendous strain and the irresistible pull of gravity caused him to fall back. "Damn, damn, damn," he mumbled. "If I ever get my hands on Flying Hawk, I'm gonna skin him alive." "You know the Ute who did this to you?" "Sort of." "How do you sort of know someone?" "He's sort of my brother-in-law, since I sort of stole his sister for my wife," Cain said. "Ever since then, he's had it in for me." "I can't imagine why," Nate said dryly, amazed by the disclosure. So far as he knew, no other white man had ever taken a Ute woman for his wife, simply because the Utes either drove off or killed any whites they found in their territory. While not as bloodthirsty as the widely feared Blackfeet, the Utes were a proud, independent tribe who fiercely prevented any attempts by outsiders to penetrate their domain, and they had been doing this for more years than anyone could remember. During the last century, when the Spanish were spreading their dominion over the Southwest and often venturing into the rugged Rockies, the Utes had repeatedly raided Spanish settlements, driving off large numbers of horses in the process. There were some old-timers who claimed the Utes had been among the very first Indians to own the animals that wound up totally changing the Indian way of life, at least for those tribes dependent on the buffalo for their existence. Cain had ignored the sarcasm. Tensing his body, he abruptly surged upward and succeeded in grabbing hold of his left ankle. Then, holding fast, he sawed at the knots, parting strand after strand. "You'd better